Amplitude hit the shelves on Tuesday this week.
Yeah, it came out. It's a digital-only release, so no shelves, but you can absolutely download it now that PSN is back online.
Digital shelves.
Yeah, digital shelves. Those like the metaphors for actual shelves.
And this game, although it just came out, this is not like the first time we've ever played Amplitude before.
So this is they're calling it a reboot of the original Amplitude. So it's based on sort of the code and the mechanics and all of that of the original game, but new music, new visuals, all kinds of new content. So it feels extremely reminiscent of the original game, but all kinds of new stuff to do. So for people who may not be familiar, it's a rhythm game, of course. It's a harmonics game, so it's a rhythm game. But unlike something like Rock Band, where it's all about hitting notes, Amplitude is more about switching between various instruments and keeping your streak alive by jumping between various tracks within the same song. So it's as much about swapping between various instruments as it is about actually matching notes. So that's kind of the mechanic, juggling all of these different tracks and trying to keep everything going without breaking your streak.
They've added new modes and other things that are more interesting. Like there's a competitive mode, and then there's like there's a 4-player, up to 4 people, and then you can do team-based competitive.
Yes, we were actually playing that a little while ago. So yeah, you can do free-for-all, you can do 3-on-1, 2 versus 2. And it's kind of interesting. There are some boosts. So as with something like Rock Band, if you hit certain specially marked notes, you will earn yourself a power-up, basically. And there are different forms of power-ups, and some of the multiplayer-specific ones let you kind of mess with your opponents. Like there's one called Disrupt, where you can get behind somebody on their track, and it'll make the track kind of like start to roll and look different and weird, and it might make them miss a note and lose their streak. Also, even if you don't have power-ups, you can just dive in front of somebody before they switch to a track, and if they're behind you, they can't hit notes.
Right, only the front ship actually gets the points for that, so you can kind of mess people up, because if you try to cross and somebody's in the way, they could miss their streaks. You're kind of, I don't know, it's kind of more of like a soft jab at someone than actually trying to hurt them.
Yeah, it's like cutting somebody off when you're driving or something like that. Like you're not actively destroying what they're doing, but you're kind of like messing them up a little. Although that requires a bit of strategy. You really have to be looking ahead down the track to like hit your own notes, but then know when you can dive over and cut somebody off and prevent them from getting into the next lane or something.
No, there's only 3 notes in this per se, right? So there's the left, the middle, and the right.
Correct. But again, it's all about swapping between the different tracks or the different highways, basically. So even though it's 3 notes, it still ends up feeling relatively challenging, especially on higher difficulties where the notes come at you really quickly. So it's definitely still plenty challenging, even though it's only 3 notes per lane.
And because this is a music-based game, I think probably the thing everyone wants to know is how many tracks are there? Are there reminiscent tracks from the old game? And is it good?
Yeah, so I'm still in the process of unlocking everything. Most of the songs are locked away until you've played the campaign or played a lot of quick play. The early songs are a little bit on the repetitive side, a little bit slower and more boring. From what I understand, some of the later songs are a little more fun, but it's mainly new songs. There are a few remixes of some of the classic Amplitude songs, but I still haven't heard all of it. There are only 30 songs, so it won't take super long to unlock everything. I wish there was more. I wish some of the earlier songs were a little more exciting, but I'm going to wait and hold off completely judging until I've heard everything the game has to offer. So.
Right, and this game is currently available for $20, right?
Yeah, yep, and it's available on PS3 and PS4.
You get this 4-player mode, you get a short campaign plus free play and 30 songs.
The campaign is pretty interesting. It's basically a concept album about trying to wake a comatose woman from by repairing her brain with music.
There's a story.
Sorta. I mean, there's not really like a narrative, but like there are loose elements introducing each song that roughly tie together into it.
Do you feel like you're enjoying playing it? Like, are you looking forward to playing more of it?
It's a mix of good and bad, because the mechanics are still really fun, but I feel like the music hasn't really grabbed me yet, and given that it is a music game that really needs to drive the experience, so until I get a little deeper and unlock more of the music, I can't really say. But so far it's been good, it's been fine. Hasn't totally grabbed me. I was enjoying multiplayer, but I think everyone was, kind of over it pretty quick. So it'll be interesting to see, if the game has any longevity past those first couple hours.
Right, or if it's a game that you want to play solo and really master, or if it's just like a fun party game that you play with a bunch of people.
So far I've had more fun solo, but yeah, we'll see.
Our party was okay.
Yeah, it was an okay party.